Welcome to eHealth Indonesia 2020 Goes Online. This is University Webinar Series. My name is Puji, and I am going to be moderating this webinar. This webinar is going to be presented by Dundalk Institute of Technology. Hello. We have Mostly
Hi.
here with us. Hello.
Yes, hi.
All right, glad to finally see you. Welcome. Would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
Yeah, sure. Hi, my name is Mostly. I'm actually from also a graduate from the Dundalk Institute of Technology. So I'm actually the Southeast Asia Regional Manager of DKIT here. So I will be also managing the different recruitment activities as well as different student promotional events for DKIT in the region. So yeah, good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Right, thank you very much. And for the audience, please stay tuned until the end of the webinar because we will hold a Q&A session. If you have any questions about the presentation or anything related to Ireland's higher education, you can submit your questions in the YouTube live chat section anytime throughout the presentation. And now please welcome Mr. Mothliel from Dundalk Institute of Technology.
Hello. Hi everyone. So I'm going to be presenting DKIT to all of you. So I'm the Southeast Asia Regional Manager, as I mentioned before. And without further ado, let's get into it. So here we are. This is why study in Ireland. I will be talking about the outline here. So I'll be briefly talking about why study in Ireland, since we also have been, since some of our previous presenters have talked about a bit about why study in Ireland. And we'll also be talking about the employment opportunities. Why should you study in Dundalk? What are the course offer? What we have to offer? The tuition fee, scholarship, accommodation options, and at the end for a Q&A. So let's begin. Now, there are many benefits of studying in Ireland, so I'll briefly go through this. One of them is because we have one of the top education system in the world, actually top 10, and because of that, our qualification is internationally recognized. So wherever you go, the qualification is always recognized, and student can also work part-time, 20 hours during academic period, and also 40 hours during the holidays or summer break. So the minimum wage is 10 euros and 10 cents per hour. That also applies to students working part-time. And the starting salary for most students once they graduate from the programs is 35,000 euros per year. Ireland is a very unique country. We have our own Irish language and also our own culture. But English is still the official language of the country. And it is also, because of that, it is also the only English-speaking country in the Eurozone, because Brexit left. And also one of the main highlight is Ireland has the graduate visa, post-study graduate visa for students. Those who completed the honors degree program will be entitled to 12 months of graduate visa to stay in Ireland to work or to look for jobs. And those who graduated with a master degree program, they can stay up to 24 months, which is 2 years in Ireland to look for a job and also to travel around Europe. So here, where are we? So Ireland is actually, you can see here, situated between two large continents. Because of our currency that we are using euros and the language that we speak is in English. So a lot of different investors from the America and also from Europe and also Asia would invest in Ireland as a stepping stone to go to target different to target different market in the different continent. Therefore, because of this, a lot of employer coming into Ireland, a lot of job opportunities also be available for students when they graduate. Now, these are just to show you some of the skills shortages in Ireland. So these are some of the skills, these are some of the sectors that once students graduated from, they will have a really good job prospect when they finish the degree or their studies. So IT is one of them. It's very, very in demand. Students who study in IT, you almost 99% guarantee that you'll get a job. Students who completed their engineering program, you could also get a job very, very easily. Financial sector is always in demand. Media and design sector is commonly booming because everything is going online. Health and sciences, this program, Ireland has been one of the main largest provider in the world for pharmaceutical products. So our health and sciences is always in demand for graduates to work in. And lastly is the international commerce, because with international employer coming in, we will need international students to international employee to facilitate the demand. Now, let's get into DKIT. Without further ado, let me just play the clip for you and you have a look. Oh, strange. Okay. There you go. So that is the end of the clip. Hope you guys could understand the English. So I have been heard that some of my friends or me personally, when I go to Ireland, sometimes the people say that, I mean, the people when they're speaking English, they will have a little bit of the accent. I think it's no problem at all. It's one of those the places where if you can get used to the Irish English, you can get used to all the English in the world because they have the they call it a bit of an accent, but it's not a problem. For me, I use 1 month to get used to it, but some of my friends got used to it like 1 week or 2 weeks. So it is not a problem. Just a little fun fact of sharing. So now DKIT, we are established in 1970. So our campus, we have about 5,000 students and 10% of the students are international students, which is like you and I, we come from different parts of the world. And we have 500 staff and 65% of our staff are academics. So they are researchers, professors, and also tutors. We have more than 70 programs in bachelor's degree and also master's program. And our campus is about 90 hectares and also 36 hectare site. So we have all of our programs come from different schools, mainly from schools of Informatics and Creative Arts, School of Health and Science, School of Engineering, and also School of Business and Humanities. As you can see here, this is the aerial view of DKIT. This is the campus. And yeah, so you can see here we have a different facility built and for different studies. So for example, if you look at number 10, that is for the nursing. At number 4, there will be engineering. Number 1 will be business. And number 6 will be the hospitality and also social sciences. And also one of the unique thing is you can see at number 4 is the student accommodation, but next to it, you will see that there is actually a wind turbine. Dundalk is actually one of the only campus in Ireland to have a fully functioning wind turbine in Ireland. So worth noting, it is also for students to use. So students who are doing engineering, they would collect data with the wind turbine, and also the wind turbine is actually generating about 50% of all the energy consumptions of the campus. Now, where are we? So DKIT, we are located here in Ireland next to the UK, and we are just 1 hour away from Dublin, which is the capital city of Ireland. And we are actually located between 2 big cities, Belfast and Dublin. And we are situated in a little town called Dundalk. Well, actually, Dundalk is the 2nd largest town in Ireland. So the government service is fully functional. We have a lot of different industry present. The transportation is well established. There are different genres of different retails available in Ireland. And most importantly, there's education, even like DKIT. So it is very easy access. So if you're coming from Indonesia, once you land in Dublin International Airport, you can travel directly from the airport to Dundalk without any transit or without any changing the bus stops. And like I mentioned before, we are situated between Dublin and Belfast. Both are just 1 hour away. And the quality of life in Dundalk is very safe and very friendly. And the cost of living, especially in Dundalk, is very, very cost effective. You only need to spend 20 euros to, it covers your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's very, very affordable, provided you also need to learn how to cook. And lastly Dundalk is actually internationally recognized as a cluster for financial services, technologies, engineering, life sciences, and also food manufacturing. Just some of the example you see here is Heinz, which is one of the most popular food producing company. PayPal, one of the very popular online finance services company. WuXi Biologic is one of the pharmaceutical giants provider in China. They are finishing up the factory, completing within these couple of years in Dundalk, which once it's completed, it will be a huge benefit for students where they will look for jobs. And Warner Cloud, which is also a pharmaceutical factories in Dundalk. Now, in Dundalk, we have more than 70 programs in master's and degree. So this is just one of the highlights that we have. We have in business and humanities. In the School of Business and Humanities, we have business, accounting and finance, humanities, and also hospitality. In School of Engineering, we have in areas of civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical, and also constructions. For the School of Health and Sciences, we have early childhood studies, pharmaceutical and bioscience, agricultural, and also veterinary nursing in this area. And for the School of Informatics and Creative Arts, computing is one of the very popular ones. We also have musics and also different creative media courses program. So other than the program, we also have different masters in different schools. So in the business school, we have a Master of MBS in Entrepreneurship and Marketing. And also Master of Science in Leadership and Management. For computing, we have Master of Science in Data Analytics and Computing. In School of Engineering, we have Renewable Energy System and also Masters in Wind, Marine, Bio, Solar Energies. For sciences, we have Agricultural Science and Biotechnology. And for music, we have Masters in Music Technology and also Traditional Music Studies. So there are different pathways that you can come into Dundalk. We have foundation programs where students, if they completed only 11 years of education, or if they have a bit weaker result on their last year of high school, they can come in for our foundation programs. And if they wanted to have a better English before starting into our degree program, they can also come for our pre-sessional English program. Once students completed their high school educations or 12 years of education, they can come directly into our undergraduate programs. Our bachelor's degree, ordinary degree is 3 years, and honors degree are 4 years with some exceptions. Some of our honors degrees, such as accounting and also Bachelor of Business, is only 3 years. And students with a degree program, they can also come into our master's program, and we have options for thought and research masters. And after that, they can also progress into our doctoral research program. Students with a diploma, they can also come in. We will do the transcript assessment and see if students can come into either second year or third year. So just a little bit on the statistics. DKIT, our graduate, 95% of them found employment or further educations, and 73% of them found permanent contracts, which is like a permanent job. 91% of them found it in Ireland, and 93% found it in the region, in the Dundalk region, because we are situated between Dublin and Belfast. So between Dublin, Dundalk, and also Belfast, these are the areas where most of our students when they graduate and found employment. Now, our students come from over 35 different countries. So we also have a very good numbers of Indonesian students studying in DKIT as well. So when you're studying in DKIT, you'll see that you'll meet maybe your classmate could come from a lot of different countries as well. So it is a very diverse environment. So we have a very good services in the campus for students. So we have an on-campus bank. Students, when they register with DKIT, once they arrive in DKIT, they can open a bank account in the campus already. We have a very decent size library. It is just on the first floor of the entrance. We have a theater where students, if students want to attend some of the theater or play by our art students, they can also go to it. It's free of charge most of the time. We have over 60 sports and societies in our campus. Our sports facility is very modern, and we have a very also decent size of a sports facility. And we have also, if students are feeling the need to drink coffee, we have Costa and also Starbucks, and also restaurant as well if they're feeling hungry on campus. So here are the supports that we can give for students when they study in DKIT. If students are looking for placement or internship or even graduated, they want to look for a job, so we have a career and placement officer that could help them. If they're feeling sick, you want to look for a doctor, we have health unit in campus where they can also look after you. We also have counseling services for students who want to look for someone to talk to for their own issues or mental issues. And if students are wanting some support on their academics, we also have a learning and development center where they can help them, especially in the areas of English and mathematics. We also have disability services for students who needed mobility support. And most importantly, we have our international officers. We are a dedicated team to facilitate students' life transition or students' transitions into Ireland, especially in DKIT and Dundalk. So if you need a visa inquiry, accommodations, or renewal of your permit or anything, our international officer is there to support students. Now, one of our most prestigious facility is our sports center. We have a world-class gym with one of the most diverse utilities and equipment in the gym. We also have an indoor swimming pool as well as a sauna and jacuzzi. So if students wanted to work out, sweat it out, or just chill after a long day of study, they can go to the sports center and be benefited from this. And the beauty of this is that students do not need to pay extra for this service because they already paid it for the facility along their tuition fee. So there's no extra charge for this. Now, for the starting date, we have it in January, June, and September. And only for foundations, we have it in these three intakes, January, June, and September. All of our degree programs, our undergraduate starts in September. And for our master's degree, some of them starting in January, but most of them starts in September. We also have pre-sessional English that starts in January and June for students who need some language support before starting the degree. Now, one of the most attractive benefits of study in DKIT is, I would say, is the scholarship scheme that we have. Instead of providing a full 100% scholarship for your degree program, we would provide you a really good free accommodation program. So if you're coming in for our first year of bachelor degree, we could provide you with free accommodations for your entire degree program. So from year 1 until year 4, if your degree program is 4 years, for 4 years you don't need to pay for your accommodations. So we provide you with free accommodations. And also for Indonesian students, we could provide you also another 1,000 euro as a financial aid for your degree program every year, and also for your master's program if you progress on a master's program with us. And we also provide academic merits for students who have achieved 75% in their high school final results, in their GPA, 75%. And if you can maintain for that, every year you will be benefited for 1,000 euros as an academic merits scholarship. If students are coming in, if they want to come in to get used to the language in Dundalk, you can also come for our pre-sessional English. For IELTS, we have if you can get up to 5.5 in your IELTS, we can give you a scholarship of 500 euros. And if you're coming in with a 6.0 IELTS score, we could provide you with a 1,000 euro scholarship for our pre-sessional English, which is 50%. All students who are interested in civil engineering, construction management, and architectural technology, you will automatically have a financial aid or scholarship of 3,000 euros. And if you progress for the add-on 1 year for level 8 in construction management or architectural technology, you will also get another 2,000 euros scholarships. So for our tuition fee is 2,000 euros for pre-sessional English program. And for our foundation is 7,250 euros one academic year. And every year for the undergraduate programs, we charge the fees is 9,950 euros, and for the master's program is 12,000 euros. This is all before the scholarships reduction. So for accommodations, students can come into student can live anywhere they want to. They can also choose to live in our resident hall, either on campus or off campus, which the difference is about 10 to 20 minutes. It's not too far away. Student can also choose to live in private house or rental. It is available close to the campus. If you need help, our international officer can also look for accommodation for you. If you want to live with the Irish family, our international officer can also help you to look for the Irish family who are waiting to welcome international students into their home. And for all of this, we have a dedicated, like I mentioned before, we have a dedicated accommodation officer in DKIT, part of the international team, to help you in making the appointments or making the accommodation booking before you arrive in Dundalk. So when you come to Dundalk, you already have a place to stay. So there's no worries about that. And one of the beauty of it is that living in Dundalk, compared to Dublin, which is a big city, you can save up to potentially 50% on your accommodation fees. Now, just to recap why international students choose to study in DKIT. So we are really centrally located. We are only 1 hour away from Dublin and Belfast. Free accommodation is available for students coming in for the first year degree, scholarship, and also plus scholarship. We also have internship and or work placement programs built into our programs. We have a career and placement officer for support. Our class size is small. Unlike universities, we are very close personal to the lecturers and also to the tutors. So the academics would know how you're doing, how you're progressing. We also refer to each other by our first name. We have state-of-the-art sport campus. The programs that we have are all problem solving, critical thinking, and also team working based. So you have all these soft skills trained to you. So we have fantastic link to the industry. You won't have to worry too much about the accommodations. The environment is safe and welcoming. We have multinationals, employers in the region. Accommodation is really, really affordable, and airport pickup services. So final notes, if you can also follow me or DKIT in our different social media platform, in Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and also YouTube. You can follow DKIT SEA for our regional content. Our official representative is Yenny from MEC. So this is the contact for Yenny. Yenny, you want to say a few words?
Thank you, Mosley. Okay, I've been sending the students, Indonesian students, to Dundalk Institute of Technology since 8 years ago. And a lot of students have been successful, graduated from there. And a lot of them are working in Ireland as well, especially for the computer major and as well as for the design major. It's very famous in Dundalk. Yeah, for the entry requirements, maybe mostly already mentioned that from grade 12 student, they are eligible to enter into the first year program for undergraduate, and the minimum of entry requirements and get the accommodation scholarship will be the average of 75 from your high school result, and your IELTS must be 6.0. And yes, don't worry, I will help you from zero until you arrive in Dundalk. I can arrange everything. Feel free to contact me and I will explain and give you the details, what kind of documents you need to submit. And yeah, currently a lot of students come from, like Canisius School and St. Ursula School and other school as well in Jakarta and also out of Jakarta. So yeah, they're very happy, and they mix with, from others country as well to become friends, best friend. And yeah, maybe mostly you were a student as well from Dundalk, so you feel very great, right?
Yep, incredible.
Okay, so yeah, so please contact me. I will give you the link let's say if you need some advice, which is if you are interested for this major, so how long you're gonna study and what is the entry requirements and you know what is the subjects and everything, I will help you to get the link. And once you confirm, you can apply. I can help you everything and until the visa processing and until you arrive in Dundalk as well. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Yenny. Yenny has been very helpful with us, and students sent from Yenny is always incredible. So if you need anything, especially for visas and all the different official documents, Yenny will be a very good support for us as well. So
yeah, thank you. So
last, I would like to say terima kasih.
Yes.
And that will sums up my presentations. Thank you everyone for listening, and hope you have some interesting question for me. So let's see, do we have any? Yep.
Yeah. Okay, hello. Right, thank you very much, Mr. Mosley and Ms. Yenny, for your presentation. And for introducing us to the DKIT and how to study there. So let's begin with our Q&A session. Our first question is about registration. Someone from the audience is interested in bachelor studies in computing and games development, and they would like to hear more about your laboratory or games facility and if there's any link with game industry.
Sure, no problem. So we have a dedicated building for the computing and also related studies. So our game development, our game development program has been quite competitive and also quite tough, because I have also personally have some friends who was doing the degree, and also they have some pretty competitive time amongst their peers in developing a very competitive games and also attending competition and stuff. So yeah, it is very, I would say our facility is very well-rounded also in preparing students for this program. And it really pushes students to the limit, because right now the gaming industry has been booming, and especially with the esports and different areas of the gaming industry itself has been huge market. So for us, how we can build up the link is that because we have a different regional, we have a career officer who can help you to look for the different links. And at the moment, because of the different competition that students itself goes to, they actually build up the link themselves, as well as we have a gaming society in DKIT. That is also where they actually share their passion with the different peers. And most of the time, because of the peers look after each other, so they have a pretty good links among themselves to help them out for jobs after they graduate. I would say most of them found jobs in indie game development, because they already have the skill. They already know how to make a very good game better than the big names developer. So what you expect might not. You might expect it could be quite hard to get into big names, but there are indie games, even app games, mobile app games. They will also look for these kind of students. So the opportunity is definitely there. So how we can help is that we help you to build into the link, and that's how you can flourish. How you can develop the link, it's all on your how creative you are, and also how good you are in your strength.
Right, thank you.
Maybe I can add.
Yes, please.
Okay, I have a student just graduated. He comes from Solo, and a major in games development. And just recently, he works with Ericsson. So it's graduated from Dundalk and major in games development. So you don't have to worry about that, as long as you have a very good result, and maybe you just close with your lectures, and you can join the career center in Dundalk. So yeah, it's quite easily to get a job over there.
And also for the careers, there's always an annual Grad Ireland career fair where students can always participate. We sometimes organize some trip down to Dublin for students to better look at what are the jobs offers. Even before you graduate, your project is good, you have a good portfolio, especially in gaming, you don't have to worry about jobs after you graduate.
Right. Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Mosley and Miss Yenny, for the answer. We have more question on funding. So, Mr. Mosley, you've mentioned about scholarship opportunities in your presentation, but other than those you've mentioned, do you have any scholarship opportunities available specifically for Indonesian students to study at DKIT?
I mentioned like pretty good scholarships already, like those free accommodation and also all the financial aid. But also like most students when they come to DKIT, they are registered as a national Irish students. So you are also eligible to apply for the government scholarship if students want to. So there is always the opportunity for students to get different funding opportunities as well by the government. And if students are very sportive, they can also join the competition and get a sports scholarship. This is also very unique in DKIT, but students have to also be very good in sports, be competitive, be a good player in that. So I would say opportunity is definitely there. What we DKIT can provide at the upfront is free accommodation if you come for the first year degree, financial aid, and also academic merits if you can get 75% and above in your final GPA high school results.
Right.
Yes, it's very good scholarship in Dundalk. You will get the full scholarship for the accommodation, which is you don't have to pay for your room rental for the entire program, and you just pay for the just tuition fee, and like for the resident permit, and as well as for the electricity. That's it. But for the room rental, you don't have to pay at all. That's why you have to get the very good result, which is 75 and above, and IELTS 6.0. Then you will get the accommodation scholarship.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Yenny, for the addition. So another question is on Indonesian high school graduate application process. So if they would like to apply, will they be able to do so using just their degree certificate? And for those with IB or A-level curriculum, can they apply with prediction score?
Yes, they can definitely apply with different education, high school education. Some national qualification we definitely accept. IB we will also accept, and also like A levels definitely we accept it. So most of the time, I mean most of the application process is pretty straightforward. You send out a result, but for Indonesian students, because you need the visa also support as well before coming to Ireland. That's why our colleague Yenny in Indonesia is based there to support you all the way from Indonesia all the way to graduate in DKIT. So for the visa applications, I will leave that to Yenny because he would have, I mean, honestly, I think Yenny knows much more, understand the visa process much better than me. And that would definitely, she can definitely help you get all the visa process done. And for the application process, we have a list of documents. I will send it to students if you're interested. You talk to me, talk to Yenny, send it to you. I will send it to you. Prepare all of that, and then we can already start to do the applications.
Right. Thank you. So after the Indonesian high school graduate application, we move towards the master's degree. So for master's degree applicants, do they need to include recommendation letters specifically from their employer or former lecturer? And do you allow major changing applicants? Like, for example, if you did not study anything that's technology specific for your undergrad, will you be able to apply for something that's entirely different that's offered in DKIT for your master's degree?
Okay, so I have these questions before. So what I would recommend students is that if you're applying for DKIT, I would say having an employment recommendation letter or your previous lecturer in your in your university would definitely help in your applications, because some of the applications, some of the programs, for example, like computing, data analytics, these programs are very competitive. So we also have a very limited space for students to come in. So if you can have that, it will significantly increase your chances of getting an admission into the program. As for if you are coming in with a different background and you want to get into a different degree, in different masters with a different degree background, I would say it will be pretty challenging for you, and it's not most of the time it's pretty hard for students to cope with. especially in some of the business students wanted to go to, like, for example, business program. It is pretty challenging. So what we can help is that we can give you like another program, which is a higher diploma program. So once you get, so for example, if you want to come to our our computing program, regardless of what degree background that you have, you just take 1 year of higher diploma program with us in computing, and once you complete it, you can start to progress or start to commence your master's degree with us in computing. Yeah, so that is one of the pathway for students if they are coming in with a different degree background. If the difference is not too big, like say for example, if you are computing students and you want to do a master's in data, that wouldn't be too much of a problem. But if you are a problem in if you are students from hospitality, you want to do computing, then definitely you need to do a higher diploma program before coming in for our master's program.
Okay, so would you probably say that it's a case-by-case consideration for major changing applications, or do you need, for example, if people are changing majors, they would need certain duration of certain years of working experience, for example?
It's definitely case by case basis, because not all application has the same background, and the syllabus might also be different. So if the degree has been, like I mentioned before, is very significantly different from what they want to do for their master's program, then I would recommend you. I would suggest you to do a higher diploma program with us before going into that degree. And let's say if you have worked in an environment, for example, let's say for example you did students from a degree program, once they graduated, they work in IT, for example, IT department where they have been doing it codes and different stuff of program. Then it might be possible to apply for the master's degree in computing because of your experience. You already know the knowledge, and that's why, and that your recommendation would also help you a lot, because your recommendation letter signifies or attests that you have that experience in that area. Then coming to the master's program, with that we will be comfortable to do the admission for you. But in all cases, it will be based by case by case.
All right, thank you. So we have one more question. So as the International Day for the People with Disabilities is approaching next week, people might be more keen to be better informed on the matter. You mentioned about DKIT's disability service. Would you like to please elaborate more on that?
Sure, no problem. So for disability services, we have a wide range of different, how do you say that, support for the students. Like say, for example, in DKIT, a lot of the different accesses, we have like a lift for students who want to go to the second floor. I will just give you an example of what we have in the campus that could help you. Okay, for example, we also have like toilets. We have a disability toilet with a full set of utilities to help students with disability to ensure their life could be easier in DKIT. We also have counseling support. Some of the disability students might need some of those support. We also have it available for students. So in general, we also do, like for example, airport pickups. And when you do the application, we will know like if you're disability. Okay, so our pickup services will arrange in like a bus to facilitate you to get into the bus. And when you come over, we'll arrange the accommodation that could also facilitate you on your mobility. And when you come to the campus, the environment itself is already very well built, in the sense that for students or for any individual with disability could access to that. So that is how I could explain it to you.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Mosley and Ms. Yenny, for introducing us to the KIT. That is the end of our Q&A session. Just a reminder, you can connect with Ms. Yenny through yenny@educationireland.my for further information. And I would also like to remind the audience of this webinar that EHAF 2020 will hold virtual fair on Friday and Saturday, where you can consult directly with the university representatives. You can access the virtual fair through event.ehaf.id. Thank you very much, everyone, for participating and watching, and see you in our next session with University of Southern Denmark.
you. Terima kasih.
Thank you very much.